Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The campaign is Spawn of Azathoth. It was written by Doc Herber, and our game master is John Hook. This is episode 12. A recap will be given by Morgan Llewellyn as his character, Dr. Frederick Long. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Morgan?
I shouldn't have looked. I thought it was going to be fine. I thought I knew what was supposed to be. This is a dream, right? A dream. I hope it's all just a dream. Could it be that I've looked on the face of a god? How can things like that exist? Surely my own imagination's not cultivated to the point of dreaming up such a monstrosity all on its own. I mean, when I looked up at the stars and spent years studying the nature of the universe, I always felt small, insignificant in the eyes of the cosmos, but that feeling was nothing compared to what I feel now. Those wondrous impressions of just floating on a speck of dust are replaced with this ineffable dread. What does the cosmos harbor beyond what we have seen and what we know? I don't mean that spiritual nonsense Zeno touts. I mean, that thing. He didn't look at that thing, at Yibstathil. Yet it spoke to him, as well as to me. It wormed its way into our minds and implanted a knowledge of how to stop Nemesis within Zeno. And it told me that I could bring Philip Baxter to it with a sacrifice, and somehow they'd be merged. The nature of that sacrifice, I don't dare to speculate. Poor Myron. His mind didn't take well to viewing such a cosmic malignity. Cordova's mind also snapped a trifle. I don't know how I avoided their fate. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. Myron accuses me of wearing a mask, that I'm some sort of monster in my own skin. Perhaps he has a point. I'm not the same person I was before I entered that damnable archway. I want to leave here. I want to leave this blasted Kled and this damnable dream behind me, but I must wait. For in that ivory fortress, there was a pit that may contain some poor soul. Cuthbert thinks it's Philip Baxter. Says he saw some apparition in his dream sleep. Zeno went with him. I just wanted to leave whatever was to rot, but they went. I hope they return soon. And oh, how I wish to wake up.
That was very well done. Well, let's bring our camera immediately to Cornelius Cuthbert. After he's descended into the pit, he found a super long tunnel filled with very small doors, thick wooden doors with bars on windows and like a 4-inch gap under the door. And he'd peer inside and find skeletons in these tiny little cells. He walked the length of this corridor and found a door at the very end of it. This one, a normal full-size door, also thick wood, gap at the bottom, window inset with bars, and there was light inside and a sound emanating. And as Cornelius looked in, he saw this image of a man being suspended by chains in the air, and he's hanging there. The chains are attached to his wrists, and so he's hanging from his arms, and he's leaned back, and he's being whipped by these creatures. There's 2 creatures kind of walking around, hard to get a look at them, but finally the man hanging from these chains in the center turned enough and he could see the man's face. The skull cap, his head, the top of his head had been removed, exposing his brain. Huge chunks of the brain are missing, but as it turned, you could see the face of Philip Baxter hanging in that room, being tortured.
Okay. Oh, I cannot let this happen. He's my good friend. This is why we're here. looking at the one who's whipping and cracking away, does he look like a strong beast of a character, or?
Actually, no. So there's two men, we'll say men, in this room. Both of these creatures are thin. They each measure maybe close to 5 feet in height. They're very thin, and they're completely nude, but they have no genitalia. Their skin is really translucent. They're almost luminous white. They have no hair on their bodies, and their skin is translucent, so you can see every blood vein and vessel up and down their body. You can see stretches of muscle tissue. They're almost like a see-through person, and their faces are horrible, as they have no nose, no mouth, just these two large, bulging, black, lidless eyes, like a sand roll.
33. I passed. Whew,
okay, lose one. There are two of these creatures, and they're just each of them armed with a short whip. It's more like a cat of nine tails, and they're just taking turns. As Philip is slowly turning and spinning, they take turns just cracking these cat of nine tails across him.
Yeah, I'm not going to let this stand, but I'm not foolish. I'm not going to rush in, and if it was one of them, I might. Okay, I'm going back as quickly as I can to the hole up to where Zeno is.
All right, so you begin to turn to make your escape to come up. Yeah. Zeno, to remind our viewers, Zeno is in the circular chamber with the rope, and he's there to watch and wait for Cornelius to come back. He's the only one in the chamber, as our other travelers are in the elephant outside waiting. Dr. Saladin, as you're in there and you're waiting, you feel a breeze. There's like a wind that comes blowing through the room, and the wind almost feels like it's funneling down into the hole.
Okay. I'll suddenly go flat on the ground and hold onto the rope so that it doesn't blow me into the hole.
Okay. The wind isn't constant. It was only for just for a moment. There was just like for just a moment, there was a wind.
I hope that's not something going down there that we can't see.
Cornelius, as you turn to leave and you start making your way out, you can see a figure before you. Diminutive. It's about 4 feet high.
Okay, I does my lantern at all shed any light on this, or is that or is it outside of the scope of what it can show me?
It's right at the edge of the light, and you hear a voice say, "Where are you going?" Make an idea roll.
Pegged it. 33 again. That's doubles. That must be good.
It must be good.
Yeah.
You recognize Barnabas's voice, and as your lantern starts to come up and you start to see more and more of him, you see Barnabas before you, except he seems to be wearing unusual robes that you don't recognize. They're white, and they're stitched with some sort of red design on them that you know seems very odd, but it's a hooded robe, and as the light comes up, he's got his head bent and the hood has shadowed his face, and he stands there and he says, "Where are you going?"
Right where Zeno is, and the rest just down this hallway. Our good friend Baxter is in peril, and I'm continuing forward.
He reaches up to grab his hood, and he pushes up. He goes, "I think not. And you see this, you hear Barnabas's voice, but you see this horrible visage that almost looks like the face of a rotting dead person. Large bulging eyes, the nose is gone, the lips are drawn back with jagged, awful teeth. This flesh looks ancient and decayed, and Barnabas, and you can see Barnabas's hair. He kind of had like a shock of black hair, and that shock of black hair is still there. And so then the sleeves of the robe kind of fall down to his elbows, and you see the same desiccated, almost claw-like hands. And he goes, "You're going nowhere!" And he rushes towards you.
Oh my God. How much distance did I traverse between the door, seeing Joseph Baxter, and where Dr. Zeno is? Like about halfway?
If that's what you would like, sure. It could be as far as you want.
I'd like to be much closer to Saladin, if possible.
Well, I was going to say, if he yells...
Yeah, we can put you more than halfway down the hallway so that you're closer to the well than you are to Baxter's cell.
Oh, I'm yelling.
Is that where you want to be?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put you there.
Zeno, I'm going to need help down here. There's some horrible rendition of Barnabas coming after me.
That's a long sentence. I thought you'd just go, ah! That's all I needed.
You hear the soliloquy right before the screaming begins.
Okay. Well, since something rushed past me, and then I hear the yell, I think my first thought is to run back to the mouth of the temple, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And yell for the others.
Okay.
I'm going to go, "Something's wrong. Something's happening to Cuthbert. We got to help him." And then
So I'll say that's going to be 2 rounds. 1 round to run and yell, and another round to come back. So it'll be 2 combat rounds just to go there and back to come back into the circular room. Okay. Into the circular well room. So for those 2 rounds, let's focus on Cornelius and let's have 2 rounds of combat.
Oh, dear God.
Okay, so what is your dexterity, good kind sir?
Oh, great. It's not good. It's 45. When I was younger, it was a little bit better, but
I'm sure it was.
It took a hit. At least I'm a good wrestler.
That's good. That's good. So, yes, Barnabas will go first. And you can fight back or dodge, whatever you choose to do. But he seems to be coming in, teeth gnashing.
Okay, I'm going to be crazy, and I'm going to fight back, because I'm going to use my good old college day wrestling with Barnabas's own dagger he gave me.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, remember, in the event of a tie, I will win the tie as the attacker if you're doing a fight back. If you do a dodge and we tie, success values, right? Standard versus hard or whatever. In dodging, you would win the tie. But I'm just, I think fighting back is a fantastic idea.
I think so too. Looking at what my dodge is and my brawl, I'm going to stick with fighting back.
Okay, I like it. Good idea. So yeah, he seems to be pretty nimble. He's come.
Oh God!
He's screaming at you. Rah! All right.
Okay, that is a standard success. I can pump that to be a hard. I'm gonna have to do that. Got to do that.
Well, just hold your horses. Your standard success is better than my fail. So, please apply your damage. As you were successful, and I was not.
Oh, and what was Barnabas's daggers that he loaned us?
They are large knives, not just. I mean, they're basically machetes.
Oh, so they're like
equivalent. So they're like a D8.
1d8. Okay.
Plus damage.
Plus damage bonus.
Oh yeah, my tremendous damage bonus of 0. So let's see. Let's see what this d8 will get. A 3.
An excellent hit. All right, so you hack away at him.
And can I do? Well, I don't know if this is possible, but with the jab, can I be like pushing him away from where I'm trying to get to and continue running?
So since this was my attack and you were just doing the fight back, let's leave it as regular damage for you. But now this is still combat round 1.
Okay.
So now it's your turn to be the aggressor. So I am going to be doing a fight back, but now you can declare what you would like to do as the aggressor on this first round. So you could do a stab and push if you so desire. And so, to try and maybe kind of clear me out. Now, remember, I said this was a 6-foot wide hallway. So this is a really, really narrow corridor.
Yeah, a little bit of room to get by, but not ample.
Not ample whatsoever. So if you want to do this maneuver, this is going to make it to where you need a hard success.
Okay. And if I just run, he'll get a free attack on me with nothing. Oh gosh, I better just. No, I'll try to go in and thrust into him and push him back.
Okay, so make your attack roll. If you have a standard success, you can still just damage him per normal. But if you get a hard success, you'll not only damage him, but you'll also push him out of the way. Okay. And I'm going to try and bite you again.
Okay, so I have to. No,
right,
that's
so,
too much luck to make it hard.
So, what is your level of success? I actually need to calculate mine out because they didn't.
It's a standard.
Standard, huh? Table. Where's my table? Oh, I can just do it in my head.
Nerve-wracking.
Da, 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 da.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
Captain Kirk music.
Okay. So before you make any adjustments, I should inform you I had a hard success.
Ooh. If I tie that goes.
If you tie it, you will be the victor because I'm doing a fight back.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, this is gonna hurt so bad. All right, here we go. Boom. Ow. Okay. I'll probably regret that later. Okay. It is now a hard success. Rah!
Okay. Inflict your damage, and because it's a hard success, you have pushed him out of the way, so you can make a break for the well.
3 more points.
3 more points. Hey, it's better than nothing, right? 3 more points, and you've knocked me out of the way enough for you to get by. Now, that was just round 1. At this point, Dr. Saladin has run to the front of the temple, just enough to the front door, and he's shouted out towards the elephants.
And then I turn back around and start running back, and I say, I'm going down the well, just so that they know when they get there.
Okay. So, Frederick, Myron, Zebedee, you guys hear Dr. Saladin screaming something about there's danger. Cornelius needs us, and he's heading down into the well.
Do Zebedee and Myron wake up?
They are pretty injured and pretty out for it. They can sleep this one out if they so desire. They can wake up if they want. It depends upon how alert they are being.
Depends on the tea Barnabas gave us.
It was not drugged.
Okay, he did sedate us, though. I mean,
it is definitely comforting. It was making you very comfortable.
Let's go a con roll to see. I'll just be rambling to myself anyway, but that's a fail. So I will just. I'm just saying the eyes in my sleep.
Okay.
Right, so they're still asleep. They're still tied up. I'm grabbing a knife. I'm grabbing a bow and arrows.
Okay.
Now, I knew we should have just left and
All right.
make my way down.
All right. So it'll probably take about 2 rounds for you to get there. Gathering the stuff, getting down from the elephant, getting in. So 2 more combat rounds for you to get in. All right, so 1 more combat round with Cornelius. So you are starting to run past Barnabas, and he is going to try and do a tackle. So I'm going to make a fighting brawl roll to try and tackle you. I'm going to need a hard success in order to do this, though. So do you want to dodge or fight back?
Oh, darn. Yeah, I was hoping with that push I'd get enough distance, but if he's still within grappling range, then I'm just going to have to fight back.
I'm jumping. It's a desperate leap to try and tackle you.
Oh, yeah. Desperate leap. But if I fight back, that means I basically turn around and go towards him. Okay, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to have to fight back. I'm not a good dodger.
Well, I need a hard success.
Oh, bring it. It's still a standard, but
I do not have a hard success. So my leap is a miss. So Barnabas lands on the ground near you, and he's prone.
Oh, okay. Finish that fucker.
All right. You can have a bonus die, and I do not get to. I'm not going to make a roll at all.
59 and a 19. Hey, there we go. So there's a hard. Or is
Fantastic.
Is it a? Oh no, that's 12 for the 12 for a for the yeah. Okay, so a hard.
All right, get it, and I'm going to give you another +1 in your damage. All right,
sweet.
so roll your damage.
Ooh, I rolled an 8 finally. So 9 on top of the 6. Dirty, rotten corpse.
So your knife, you hit it so hard, you feel it plunge through his back, like right next to a shoulder blade. And you feel it crunch into the stone floor, and it actually jams in. You're having a hard time pulling it, but Barnabas is now starting to flail as you've basically pinned him to the floor, like pinning a butterfly to an examination table.
With the frickin' thing then on my round.
Okay, do that.
Twist.
All right, you twist. I'm going to get a penalty die, so I'm going to try and claw you desperately. I rolled the same thing twice. Okay. So what was your... you can do auto damage since I'm already pinned.
Okay.
So I am going to scratch your leg as you damage me. For 4 points of damage.
Jeez.
So these claws just dug into your foot and just squished his fingers into your Achilles tendon and just grabbed that tendon. But just as you crank that blade around, you hear something snap, and he just goes slack. But his fingers are still stuck in your flesh, in your foot.
That out. Oh. God,
I'm coming, Cornelius. I can hear you.
Well, at this point, you're probably by the well, and I'm probably by the door, at which I'm screaming, what the hell is going on?
Yep.
Yeah, Barnabas attacked me here.
What I do is I wrap part of my robe around the rope so that it doesn't burn my hands, and I slide down to the bottom.
Oh, that's good. All right, make a jump roll, please.
Did I hear them mention Barnabas?
Yes.
I return. I double back towards the elephants.
Okay.
Gotta go look for him.
I'm gonna steady the rope down here just so he doesn't fall.
Oh, yeah, I passed by like 1 point.
You hear this. Oh my God! There's a rope. You hear, and then you kind of squat out of the way because remember the ceiling's only 4 feet high in this little area. So you come down and Dr. Saladin, you slide down the bat pole and boom, you're at the bottom of the well.
Okay. And I say, Cuthbert, where are you?
I'm right here.
Wait,
Yeah.
are there? Oh, okay. I'm like, what the hell?
Barnabas, he's some sort of, he's part of this plan. He came down and attacked me. I found Joseph Baxter. He's back there trapped, being tortured.
Joseph Baxter must be the cousin of Philip Baxter.
Oh, I mean, Philip. Yeah, my good friend that I.
Hey, he's
My
just
good
been
close
attacked
friend.
by a thing.
He just saw like a he just saw something that's like a god, and now he's seeing well, he didn't look, but anyway, never mind.
Yeah, Philip Baxter.
Let's drag this guy out here into the open part of the bottom well.
All right.
Barnabas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he dead?
Yeah. He looks like a corpse who's been dead for decades.
What the fuck?
I don't know what's going on here, but
You said that Baxter is down there?
yeah, when I went to get help because Baxter's being tortured by these two little creatures, I could take one of them easy, but
Well, let's go get him. The others are coming. I
okay.
yelled for him.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to do this for our buddy. I mean, this is why we're here, isn't it?
So, meanwhile, with all the people who are not actually coming, is Barnabas anywhere on these elephants?
He is not.
Oh my gosh, where the? Is his whistle there for like the elephants?
The whistle is there.
Okay, I'll pocket that and then go scramble back down. I'm running all over the place.
Is that like taking the keys to his car?
Yeah, pretty much.
It was under the elephant's ear. You move the ear, the whistle drops out. There it was, of course.
I always leave it under the ears. They never think anybody's going to check.
So I've got my dagger.
All right. And then you guys wait for Frederick to show up.
No, I say let's go get him.
Okay.
I said the others are coming. They can catch up. Show me.
Okay, right down this hall. It's a straight hall. Okay.
It's really tight.
Yeah. So this in the area where the well comes down, it is about 6 feet in diameter, 4 feet high. And then once you and there's a little tunnel to the north. Once you get out of that tunnel and you get into a hallway, the hallway has like 10-foot high ceilings. Okay. And the hallway is 6 feet wide, and it's really long, and there's a bunch of doors lining this hallway. And all of these doors are only about 4 feet high, and they're thick wood with little barred windows, and they got 4 inches of clearance under them. And as you peek in through a few of them, most of them have skeletal corpses, dried and dusty in there. So, who knows how long those things have been in there. But as you follow this hallway, which is fairly long, and you get to the very end of it, there is another door at the end of the hallway. This is a standard height door for, regular humans. And this door is also thick wood, 4-foot gap under it with an inset window that's barred. And as you look inside that window, you see the image of Philip Baxter chained by the arms, dangling from the ceiling. So his feet are not touching the ground. So he's just kind of slowly spinning, dangling like a piñata. And there's these 2 thin alabaster creatures that are just whipping him with cat o' nine tails.
Does the doors have like big keyholes in them? Or
they do not. They have these levers, these latches. So you just kind of,
but the latch is on the outside, on our side.
Yeah. There is a latch on your side. Is there one on the inside? Who knows? But there is a latch on the outside.
Well, I assume they wouldn't want the prisoners to just do the latch and get out. So
you would assume that for sure in the cells that you've passed by, but this room might be different.
So I'm looking through.
Yep.
I say, my God, what are those things?
Yes, you see these creatures that are thin with translucent flesh, no nose, no mouth, but a pair of big bulging black orbs for eyes, Make a sand roll. And of course, you see Philip with no skull top.
I got an 06.
Oh, very nice. Lose 1.
Yeah. We need to rescue him. Let's kill those things.
All right.
You've got a dagger. I've got a dagger.
I've got a dagger.
Wait, do you have a dagger, or is it still stuck in?
No, you got it out.
Okay. So if we throw open the door and run inside, I know, at least my character knows, that those things are going to turn the cat o' nine tails on us. But I've got robes on, so I'm going to pull my robes over till I can get close enough so that if they whip at me, they're going to whip the robes and fight one off with that knife, see if I can kill it, whatever it is.
All right.
Okay. So I don't know if that gives me a little bit of armor against cat o' nine tails, but...
Sure. Okay. I can see that.
My goal will be to, if they are at all hesitant at responding to the door opening, I will rush the closest one to try to not give it a chance, because to use the cat o' nine tails, it needs to get back, and then so I want to close the gap as fast as possible, so there's no real, there's not a lot of time. I'll have like a couple seconds, I'm hoping.
Okay.
Also, before we do, is there any way that we see him suspended? You see him, you say he's chained. Is there like a chain going up and then coming down to a winch, or?
No, it just goes up to an anchor in the ceiling.
So we're gonna have to find a way to climb up there and get him down. All right.
Fix my tie for this.
I don't know where they
that's
are,
right, I don't
where
have
the
them.
others are.
Well, you said you weren't waiting.
Right. I'm just saying to him that I don't know why they haven't suddenly shown up behind us.
All right. So you guys open the door. All right.
Yeah.
So you pull the lever down. The door. You pull the door. It swings into the hallway. So you pull the door open, and the creatures that have been encircling Philip and whipping him, they stop, and of course the eyes are lidless, so they're always staring. They have no other facial features, so they just have this perpetual stare, and they just turn and and look at you as they have their whips. They're for a moment unsure of what to do, and you guys can run in,
Right in, take advantage.
run
of any
in, and
seconds they
take
give us.
advantage of it. Yeah, take advantage of the surprise. So they will be doing fight backs. So we'll start with Dr. Saladin.
Boom! Oh, sorry.
I do not succeed.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me.
So I make too much noise and I don't move fast enough.
Too much noise. Don't move fast enough. All right. So let me see how my fight back worked, though. So you had a fail, and I also have a fail.
So the one creature turns to the other creature and is like, what the fuck are these?
Yeah. All right. Cuthbert.
I got an extreme. Bingo.
Oh, damn. All right.
in it.
Let's see what my fight back is.
You leap across
And it is also a fail. All right. So go ahead and damage me.
So is the extreme the max, or do I still run on it? Well,
What was your extreme roll?
it was just the top of my extreme. I missed
Roll
one by
instead of I will look this up later, but I'm just going to house rule it right now. Roll damage. Roll your damage and then add
11.
half.
Okay. Okay. So I rolled a 2, and half of that is 1, so 3.
Well, half. What is your max damage normally?
8.
So add 4.
Okay. So 6. So 6 damage.
All right.
Ah!
Very nice. So we'll just say that for now for an extreme until I look it up later. Okay. Great roll. And I missed on both of them. So now it's their attack turns. So I'm going to be attacking Dr. Saladin. And do you want to fight back or dodge?
If he's going to swing the whip at me,
He is.
then I'm going to pull my cloak like this so that so dodge. You can call it a dodge.
All right, let's call it a dodge. Oh, all right.
No, I got 28 out of 30. So
Okay.
it's just a regular dodge.
Regular dodge. So I had a hard success. So I do hit you, but you do present armor with that thickened robe. So let me look up.
Ow.
There we go. Such a fierce weapon.
Cat of nine tails. Oh my god.
2 damage. And now, but you have 1 point in armor, so 1 damage.
Okay, cool.
Cornelius, I'm doing an attack on you. Are you fighting back or dodging?
Is he also using the cat of nine tails?
That's what they both are using, yeah.
Okay, so since he needs to get a little distance before using that, I'm just fighting right back. If he takes a step back, I'm taking a step into him, just making sure
Okay.
that cat of nine tails isn't going to get a full swing on me.
All right, do a fight back.
46 is a standard. Darn, just a standard. Oh, phooey.
Okay. And I had a standard success, so mine was successful. So I do 4 points of damage to you.
Oh gosh! Oh, down to 1. Oh, I'm really bad. Yeah, I might have to do a con roll.
Yep. Make a con roll if you would, please.
Oh no! No! Oh, that's not good. I fail my con roll.
Yeah, so that cat of nine tails like caught you like half on the face and neck and just really slashed you up pretty good. And you fall to the ground unconscious. While this is happening, the camera moves back to the elephant. Poor Zebedee and Myron are just sleeping off the injuries and both physical and mental that they've suffered. And Dr. Long has discovered that Barnabas is nowhere to be found. What do you do, Dr. Long?
Oh, well. Because if it really was Barnabas attacking them down there, I don't know how he got there, but you know what? I don't know a lot of things anymore, as it turns out. Who knows? So I'm going to go see if they still need help, because I don't think Myron and Zeb are going anywhere.
Okay. So it's you head back in. There's the well room. They've anchored a rope on one of the wall sconces and it's dangling down into the well. So,
And you can probably hear us yelling in the distance.
maybe very, very faintly, maybe.
Well, I will do my best to situate the bow and the knife and the arrows and go down the rope.
Okay. Fantastic. If you want to be careful and take your time, I won't have you roll. If you want to kind of rush your way down, I want you to make a climb roll.
I am not aware of the immediate danger that they're in, so
Okay.
I take my time.
All right. Make a listen roll while you do that.
99. I am not listening to anything.
Nope. Just the blood pumping in your ears. All right. So it'll be 2 rounds before you can get down there to where they're at. All right. So let's have 2 more rounds of combat. Does Zebedee or Myron have any nightmares they want to express? Does anybody wake up?
Zebedee wakes up screaming about eyes. The eyes! The eyes, they're everywhere!
The eyes
Yeah,
have
you-
it.
But Zebedee is awake.
You do also come upon this thought that if no one can see your eyes, then you'll be safe. Not that you're going to pluck your eyes out, but just as long as they're covered and shaded.
I can't cover my eyes. I need to close them for now. Because obviously I'm bound at the minute, so I can't.
All right.
Oh, that's right. We did tie them up, didn't we?
Yep. We
The
did.
eyes,
That is something
the
that we did do.
eyes.
All right. All right. So let's go back into the fray.
Myron, you were
Myron, did you have something you wanted to say?
When I rolled con 2 for his scream, and I rolled a 1, so I'm awake and lucid and tied up with a screaming nut, alone in an elephant howdah. So, I think maybe the 01 suggests that I don't think he's wearing a mask of himself, but that's not a lot I could do about it.
No, yeah, it's you feel
it was a restful nap.
It was you could give me a with that one. I'm going to give you a strength roll with a bonus die.
Oh, thanks. Oh, wow. Actually, bonus die. I mean, I made a 69 for 70. No, I made a 19 for the bonus.
You have actually in that startling wake up, you flexed your muscles enough that you popped a knot, and you're able to get out of your binds.
I'll do so, and I will soothingly clutch Zeb's shoulders and start to untie him, saying calming things, while I ascertain that no one else is here, and we're in the dark, and the elephant, and I've had a psychotic brain.
It's quiet. Other than the night noises from the jungle outside, it's quiet inside the howdah.
All right. So we're on the move, but it's going to be a little bit.
All right. Dr. Saladin.
It's okay, it's okay.
Your companion has fallen after being having a cat o' nine tails cracked across his neck and throat. And so that one is going to be kind of circling around. Philip Baxter is still hanging in the middle of the room, eyes wide open, mouth open. He seems to be trying to silently say something, but he just doesn't have the effort to make a noise. And the creature is there to attack. Now, you have the higher dexterity, so you get to be aggressor first. What do you want to do?
And I'm in the middle of combat, so
you're in the middle of combat.
I'm going to try to swing my dagger around and hit the one that's just cracked his whip on me.
Okay,
I want to go over to flush shape, but there's no way I can do that at the particular moment.
Right now, yeah, you're actively engaged.
So I got an 11.
Yeah,
which is hard.
So funny.
All right, so I have an extreme success now, but you're pretty close, I would think, to being able to push that.
I'll spin 6.
You'll luck it. Okay.
I'll just spin 6.
All right, so if you make that an extreme, you will beat my extreme.
Yes, I beat your extreme.
Okay, inflict the damage, please.
Okay. 1d8.
By making it an extreme, roll damage and then add 4.
Oh. Well, that's 12. I got an 8.
All right.
Yeah.
So you slash that it's almost like a machete. You bring it down in an arc, and you cut through this thing's neck nearly all the way through, like 90% through, and to where there's no bone holding it anymore. It's just tissue. So his head flops over on the back side of his shoulder, and just this blue goo starts pouring out of the stump across his chest as he falls to the floor.
Okay. I'm going to yell, but I'm also turning towards the other one just so that, I'm not going to waste time looking at the dead one. I hope he's dead. Jesus. I'm going to assume that he's dead.
Yeah, let's assume he's dead. But, and so you're just making a battle cry as you try
right, because I wanted to make sure that thing's looking at me and not doing a coup de grace on Cornelius.
Yeah, so its big, unblinking, staring eyes, coming up at you, and so it now has an attack, and it comes into your zone to attack you. Are you going to fight back or dodge?
I'm going to do the claw thing again.
Okay, roll dodge.
Just regular pass.
Okay. So my failed. I'm just going to say that he did whip you, but you were able to block all of the damage with the drapery of your cloth. Okay. And so Frederick, you are down at the bottom of the pit. You're going down this long hallway. You see light up ahead, and there's a door wide open, and you see Dr. Saladin in like a combat dance with this creature, and it looks like this pure white with translucent, almost luminous flesh, big staring eyes, but you're not close enough for a sand roll. But yeah, you can see that he's in an active fight with him. Wow. And there's somebody else in the room kind of hanging from the ceiling, kind of twisting on chain.
Do I have a shot on it?
It is a straight shot. You want to try and notch that bow and fire?
Yep,
okay.
Would.
Now, I'm going to say this is going to be a hard shot, just because of you're shooting through an open doorway to try and get him. So you need a hard success.
All right. Nope. That is a fail.
Okay. But an arrow came whizzing through Dr. Saladin and smashed and cracked on the wall opposite of the door.
Help Cornelius. I'll point over at Cornelius as I whoosh with my knife at this thing in front of me.
Okay, so Dr. Long will have, if he hears you, which he does, he has to decide if he wants to come down the hall or not. Saladin, fight. I'm going to fight you back.
85. I miss.
I also miss. Yes, I also miss. So we're just kind of having a thing going. Frederick, you can now get, are you coming down the hallway, or do you want to shoot a bow?
I'll come down the hallway. I'm not gonna. I don't think I can hit it from here.
Okay, so you come down the hallway. You're at the door threshold. So you'll be able to enter and fight on the next round. But you are now in the threshold of the doorway. You see the dead creature on the floor. You see this creature. Make a sand roll.
30 is a pass.
Who's won? Saladin, fight back or dodge as this creature tries to whip you.
I'm going to fight back.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get in close like what's his name did.
All right. Make a roll.
His name?
What's his name?
I'm thinking about battle right now. I miss.
So did I. So we're just kind of, we're tangling. Yeah, we're in a tango as we're doing this. Myron, you get Zebedee completely untied, and you guys discover that you're alone in this howdah. Nobody's here. Barnabas isn't here. Nobody's here.
How well do we remember events since the archway?
It's fuzzy. Yeah, it's fuzzy. So you remember being expelled, and now you're just kind of waking up from that expulsion, and you're like, I guess my buddies brought me here, but you don't remember any of the events of getting here.
Am I likely to think that I've been tied up by bandits and my friends taken, or do I recognize that it's my friends who tied us up because we were...
Or Barnabas could have tied you up.
Panicked.
I would think your experience with these guys, you would think that you were tied up for your own safety.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like you were gagged. You weren't tied to a post.
And there aren't bloody bodies in the howdah. It's just empty.
Yeah.
And Zeb is obviously a little bit still babbling. So it's like, oh yeah, we freaked out. Okay. All right.
Okay. So as you get Zebedee kind of awoken,
yeah.
I need you to make a sand roll because Zebedee has this strange mask. There is a gray haze over his eyes, and it has. I mean, it looks like it's almost like the air is thick with a mist or some sort, but it's active and it stays. No matter how he moves his head, it stays like this mask, this gray mask over his eyes. You cannot see Zebedee's eyes, but Zebedee, when you open your eyes, you can see and look around just fine. It does look like there's a little bit of a shading to everything, a little bit of a darkness, a little bit, but for the most part, it doesn't really inhibit your ability to view anything. But no one can see your eyes. Okay, make a sand roll because of your new maskophobia.
Yeah, and because my sanity is diminished, I did not succeed.
Okay. This causes you to stagger back and just kind kind of not really shut down. Not you don't faint, but you're just unable to move momentarily as you're just kind of observing your surroundings as you see Zebedee walking around.
Myron, why? What is going on?
I don't know. I've been out. Were you out?
Yes, I was.
What in God's name was in that? Never mind.
I don't know, but I suddenly people's eyes. It gives me.
Let's see if we could find the others. I'll try the other Howdah first. If you want to come with or go out. Still dark.
I think it's best we stick together because I don't know. All this strangeness that's been happening and.
Are there any daggers remaining? Did they collect them from the flood zone?
They've been collected. There are 2 daggers on the table near you.
Okay, yeah, let's take these. The elephants, I assume, are asleep. Yes,
they're kneeling on the ground.
Can
sleeping.
we cross to the other Howdah without even using the ladder or the bridge? It's like,
you can.
Are they next to each other? Yeah.
They're right next to each other.
So, it'll probably take a little time to inspect that and find out that I assume we're alone.
Correct. Yeah, it'll take a little time if that's what you guys want to do.
Yeah.
And Myron, I should say, you do feel a little uneasy being alone with someone with a mask.
Yeah. The nice thing is that I'm going to avoid looking at that part of his face, which is going to help him.
Yep.
Not wet himself. So that's a fortunate coincidence because I'm looking at his mouth and his knees and stuff because
which is hopefully the point of the.
Yep. All right. So you guys are going to start checking out both Howdahs to discover just how alone you are. So during that, poor Cornelius says he's out. He's out. All right. So Frederick, you are in the fray now. Each of you can make your attacks if you so desire.
Does it have its back towards me?
It does. You will get a bonus die to attack.
Right. I'll try to knife it.
Okay.
I don't want to accidentally hit Zeno, so. 01.
Okay. So with a 0-1, do max damage and plus, well, do twice max damage. I mean, it's double damage.
Okay, that was a 7. So is that 15 then? 8 plus 7?
Yep. So you come up behind it, and just as Dr. Saladin's like starting to back up to try and prepare to fight it, and you just shove that knife right into its back and lift it off the ground. And as you shake your blade to get him off your blade, it just tears through his body like tissue paper. He spills open, and as a doctor, you're amazed that there aren't any internal organs to spill out. Just this thick blue goo. And what? Cornelius is on the floor.
Yeah, Cornelius
and Philip Baxter, without the top of his head. His scalp is missing. His brain is exposed. It looks like there's a couple of chunks missing, and he is chained by his arms, hanging from the ceiling. And there's basically a big hook through the chains. So
how high up is he?
Huh?
How far is he off the ground?
His feet are about 3 inches off the ground.
Oh, can I just reach up and pull him off that hook?
Yeah, if you lift up his body, there'll be finally enough slack to get the chains off the hook.
I'll work on that. I'm no good at first aid.
And I run over to Cuthbert for first aid.
Okay. Hi, Saladin.
05. That's an extreme.
Oh,
I will let you have 2 hit points with an extreme.
oh, thank you.
Cuthbert,
Thank you, good friend.
Cornelius, we've killed the monsters, and Frederick has gotten what's left Philip down from the hook.
Oh, God. Oh, good. We can't let poor Baxter rot like this for eternity.
And you get Philip down, and he just seems to be gurgling.
Is he real? I mean, does he feel real to us?
He feels real to you guys. He does have a little bit of like this green luminousness to him.
Frederick, what do you think of this?
I don't know. We just got to get him out of here. Just take it back to the elephants.
Barnabas was some sort of thing.
We didn't trust him, right? There was something strange.
I think he meant to imprison us down here, all of us.
Luring us here.
I mean, he said he didn't help Baxter, but he must have. He must have brought him here.
He was going to do this to all of us, probably.
These things, what?
I don't know. Let's get him out of here.
All right, well, I'll take Philip if you'll take Cornelius.
Yeah, I help Cornelius.
I can kind of hobble along. Thank you so much.
Okay.
It'll be tricky getting up the rope, but we'll manage it.
Myron, you and Zebedee have fully inspected the howdahs, and you are alone.
Well, Zeb, do you think they've been carried off by bats?
Surely I know, maybe, I don't know.
Well, the only place we've seen a light source other than the howdahs is that circular room. Maybe they went inside to, I don't know, who knows?
Maybe that's the only...
I mean, I'm not going to wander through the jungle in the dark looking for them. But they might be in there.
No, there might be
awful
things.
Do you feel something in front of you?
No,
Okay, never mind.
When I see your eyes, well, I feel a sense of, I don't know.
When he says, the way Zebedee says eyes, Myron, you see that gray cloud, that stripe that's over his eyes that's just kind of hanging in the air. It gets even darker and thicker. But then as he starts, talking again, it lightens up again to this medium gray. It's still enough that you cannot see his eyes, but it was reactive to his apprehension even to the word eyes.
I pray God we wake up and get out of here, not necessarily, but probably in that order.
Yeah, and what if they're all gone? And did Barnabas go with them?
Or that squirrely little Barnabas led them off and like a chain gang into the jungle to dig some mine or do some other. Then why not take us too? We were helpless.
Yeah, I don't know. We should maybe keep an eye out if they're not back within, like, I don't know, some sort of time. We will just have to go and look. I know, exactly.
Maybe I'll go and look at the temple, but I won't go inside, and we can whistle to each other if anything happens. I don't like being in this jungle alone at night.
No, and I don't fancy leaving the elephants alone. That's my own.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Okay, I'll whistle and all clear. Three whistles. Unless that's going to wake the elephants up. Oh, fuck. Well, I'll just call all clear if I don't see anything in the temple.
Okay. That'll work. I'll just stay with the elephants. Nice, safe with the elephants.
If you hear a howler monkey, everything's fine. But if I sound like a toucan, there's danger. Okay. So awesome. So Dr. Saladin, Cornelius, Dr. Long, you guys are making your way out of that torture room, down the hallway, and you get back to the small circular area that's at the bottom of the well. That area has only got a ceiling of 4 feet high, so you got to basically get down on your hands and knees to get in there. That's also where you had dragged Barnabas's body. His body is gone.
Fuck. Is there blood on the floor?
Yes. Yes.
Is there any like residue? Did he disintegrate or is
there's drops of blood? Well, more than drops. There's blood that was spilled from attacking him. Not that he had a lot in him. You know, he was pretty thin and fragile, but hardy. But you don't see anything extra. You know, there is some water on the floor that's been dripping down from the ceiling above, but you don't see, there's no evidence of his body anywhere.
Well, if he somehow recovered and went back, I took his whistle, so hopefully that will stall him. He can't just
and
take the
his
elephant.
injury looked very grievous.
Yeah.
So
we've got to find a way to get out. So Cornelius, if Cornelius is even able to climb out, how's Philip going to climb out? We need to be able to pull them out with a rope.
all right. So as you guys are at the bottom of the well and you're kind of playing with the rope that's down there, you can be moving the rope. Myron, you're inside the well room, and the rope is tied and anchored to one of the wall sconces. It's leading down into the well itself, and the rope is moving. There's some action. You hear voices from down below that sound like Dr. Saladin, Cornelius, and Dr. Long.
Yeah, okay, this looks like us.
Hello?
Hello. It's Dexter.
Myron.
Is everything okay, Myron?
Where is everyone? Barnabas left us.
Well, he tried to kill Cornelius. Can you, we found Philip. Could you come help us for a second?
You found Philip? Good God. All right, what do you need?
We need you to help pull him up.
Certainly. And I'll, walk down the rope to the hole.
Where is Zebedee?
Left him with the elephants. He's haunted or something. It's got a covering over his eyes.
Who's stronger, Frederick or me?
I am not a strong man.
Okay, I've got a 50.
I have a 45, so you are slightly stronger than I am.
I'm powerfully built myself.
So what I'll do is I'll climb up with Myron so that the two of us can pull up.
Yeah, we can help.
Whoever needs help.
From the bottom.
Yeah, so I'll
leave
fix
Frederick
the rope
down there.
Yeah.
Because I see no fun in this failing. It takes a little bit of time, but you guys successfully engineer a way to get everyone safely out of the well.
Do I need to roll sanity about Philip's head?
You do. And you recognize the way he looks from in the dream that you had in your bedroom that awoke you almost right at midnight. This was the form. This was the form that he seemed to have, except it wasn't 100% clear as to who it was. You just had this gut feeling that it was Philip, and now that gut feeling is fulfilled. You see the in real life, you see the image that seemed like dream before.
Right, and when he appeared to me, it was mostly green phosphorescence. Now he's mostly human with a faint green phosphorescence.
With a faint green phosphorus, yep. So make a sand roll.
Well, I actually... Oh, no. I failed. Not
All
surprisingly.
right, lose a D3.
2.
All right. So everyone is out of the well and back in the well room, and you guys can exit.
Back to the elephants.
This
Yeah.
needs to be a wellness room.
And Philip still can't talk, I assume?
Correct. He is alive somehow, even though the top of his head is missing. His brain is exposed with some chunks missing. And the chunks almost look like they were bitten out. They look like bite marks.
We have a problem here, gentlemen.
And he basically just has this look on his face of just, catatonic.
His body is no longer
Right. It's buried.
well, maybe. I mean,
Well, we don't know what happened to his body, in fact.
his sinister man who was eating the monkey brains. His name escapes me.
Silas.
Well,
Silas.
and the funeral director as well. I mean, these injuries that we see on him might represent injuries that happened.
See, if he was
to
eating
his
monkey
defiled
brains,
corpse.
if he was eating monkey brains, who's to say he wasn't eating?
Human brains.
Yeah.
Because his brains are missed. Parts of his brains are missing.
Well, and your ghoul friend, and he might have had an arrangement of sorts. We don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
He's the ghoul of my dreams.
We have to see if we can treat him in this plane. Oh, and I'm gonna at the door to the well room. I'm gonna call Zeb. Found them, all clear. So he doesn't find a bow and arrow and start shooting at us. So where was Philip? Was he? What's down there?
We tell you the whole story.
And there was no way out of the torture room?
Oh, I don't know. Other than the way we did, yeah.
And there were no other prisoners in those cells?
All
dead.
skeletons.
Yeah, no living.
There were dozens of those little side cells, though, right?
And those little creatures with the whips. I've
Some
never
sort of
seen-
demon.
What the hell? And Barnabas looked dead.
Yeah, it was like Barnabas was dead all along, but just sort of casting some sort of illusion to us. Up
Well,
on
you said
the
his face was distorted, right? Like he was trying to bite you.
Yeah, he
Oh, Jesus, he did that to your ankle with his hand?
yeah.
I don't know what
All
he
right.
was. Another
So
demon.
Yeah, I hope the elephants aren't going to turn on us.
I have the whistle. I don't know if we can mimic his
one of
sounds
you-
or not.
Give me first aid to my leg wound too, by any chance? It hurts awfully.
Can you
bad.
have first aid twice?
For different wounds. So I will assume you treated the head and neck wound that knocked him out. Someone else can treat the leg wound.
So I'm sitting here thinking, we've got Philip Baxter, and he's obviously been damaged in some bizarre manner. And the creature,
How long he's been here, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because I don't think we're going to wake up 4 days later in my apartment, in my lounge. I
Yeah,
think we're going to
there's-
wake up.
But doesn't that text concerning the god say something about a reversal?
Look, it told me I could bring Philip to it with a sacrifice.
And it
And-
would reverse what's happened to him.
Urge, but I still don't know what it means by sacrifice. Like if I have to give
Like
it
a
another
goat?
person to feed, I don't know. I don't know what it wants.
Well, if
Well,
we can find Barnabas, I
Yeah.
recommend that thing. An elephant won't fit through that arch, and I don't think I can go through that arch anyway. Again, I don't think I can see that again.
Perhaps if we can take him back to Ulthar with the Burgermeister, perhaps if the next time they have some sort of death penalty, I hate to say it, come back up here with him.
I think anything that's going to happen here has to happen before we leave. But let's...
To be honest, I don't even know that we could find this place again without Barnabas. He's the one who did the guiding.
And with Barnabas either actively against us and still out there or dead, neither way will that help us.
So did Barnabas just want us as prisoners in his little torture chamber? Is that what it was?
Is he one of the things that you found down there in his eyes?
Yeah,
but he had a face. They didn't have faces.
Yeah, just these little black beady eyes that just never shut.
Well, all of this is dream stuff. Didn't Barnabas say that he had also been to the real world? So maybe he does have a real world.
No, he knew of it, Tom.
What's that?
He had never been, but he knew of it. Somehow.
Oh, okay. So maybe he didn't have a...
Well, I mean, he had Philip Baxter chained up. Who knows what he's said, if he said anything at all, if he's even still capable of speech. I don't think we can... Whatever the hell that thing was in that arch, I don't want to give it anything, regardless if it could help.
Considering that you asked 2 questions and it freaked out, I'm thinking that maybe we shouldn't bother it again.
I mean, there was nothing. It said nothing about a number of questions. I didn't even realize I asked it a question. It just asked me why I came, and I told it because of my friend Philip Baxter. And it told me, "Well, bring him to me, and I'll restore him." Like, that was not my question, but it took it that way.
And it didn't say what kind of sacrifice it wanted.
No, just. But I get this distinct feeling of what it implied. I don't want to give
What would it mean except for a human sacrifice, really?
What remember the guys on the river, they just wanted something of value.
Right, but those were river.
Right, but maybe that the god, when it just says a sacrifice, something that we have to give up.
Like what? Could I think? Is it? I mean, it said it left something in your mind. If I think,
and I have no idea what it is. I don't know. Maybe I can. It said I would know at the time.
Right. I'm just trying to think if I can recall what kind of sacrifice it wants. What would it want?
Let's see if we can put a pot of tea together while we discuss this. I don't want Barnabas to show up, stab Zeb, and run off with the elephants.
That's a very good idea.
What's with Zeb's eyes?
Do you see it too?
Do I see it, actually?
Have you guys returned to the elephants?
Yes.
Yes. So you return to the elephants, and all of you are now back together.
Do I need to roll a sun for seeing Philip Baxter?
Make a roll for seeing Phil.
Oh, no.
41 on 20, so that's a fail.
Who's the D3?
Well, that's a 3.
Is this a long-term problem that Zebedee has? He's not just suffering a short-term.
So he has a fear of eyes. He has a omnitetaphobia, a fear of eyes. But he has also somehow he's manifesting some kind of gray mask. It's a thickening of the air. It's got these like rough live edges, and it moves with him wherever he goes. You guys can no longer see Zeb's eyes. They're covered by this gray mask.
I was just getting at, if he's suffering from a bout of madness, then he can't lose more sanity while that's going on. So
No, he's past that.
Okay. Now, so it looks like some sort of magic. And we can see it. We can see the thing on his.
You see the gray mask on over his eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine now. I've just got this fear of eyes. But when I'm assuming, because obviously I can't see it, but if they're speaking about it, does it send shivers down me, or when they're speaking about me?
It's actually very calming, and you feel relieved by it. You feel protected now that gray mask is over your eyes. No one can see your eyes. So that's all you, just having that where they can't see your eyes, you're less affected by your fear of eyes. So it would take somebody with like heterochromia or bulging eyes to really trigger your phobia now.
Okay.
What if reversal? We could also get his condition reversed. I mean, we don't know what the sacrifice is, but.
And preparing for that great reversal. I mean, that thing sent us back
flying
through the gate. It's so vague.
Yes, what wasn't vague, it strikes me, what the god told you was that it would merge Philip and the sacrifice.
So
it can be one of us. Why don't we want to put Philip in a goat? But if Philip, he doesn't have a body in the real world.
Where is Silas? Is he locked up somewhere, or
he's in an asylum?
If we could leave this place and come back to this place and bring Silas back.
We don't have very many doses left. And we don't know how to get to this temple.
It's true.
Even if we dream again.
And I mean, we almost died getting here. We might not
In
be
fact,
able to.
We got to go back.
But maybe the sacrifice isn't not necessarily a human. It could be, do you sacrifice your eyes or your hands?
I'm trying to recall, Keeper, that mental imprint left on my mind, because it wasn't really like speaking to me. It was kind of just tapping into my brain. Can I try to like recall what it meant by sacrifice, or trying to figure out what it wanted?
Your interpretation and recollection of what he said is that if you were to bring two people before him, that he could blend them into one.
People.
It is what I feared. Oh gosh. Okay.
There's no reason to wait for morning. I'll need a blindfold, I think, to go through the arch again.
What are you saying?
You'll lead me and Philip through the arch and present us.
Oh no, we need to.
And then Philip, I'll still be there, and Philip will be able to speak again through me. Right?
Merge the two of you in one body?
All of us have nearly died to get here to find Philip and bring him back. And that's the way it will work, right? If the thing...
You'll be Philip, Myra, and Baxter Dexter?
We'd have to work on the married name for sure. But it makes sense, right? In the dream logic of this world, we have no way to get back here ever. We have all the elements that the being demanded of you. What else would we do? It might be, in fact, the only way we get out of the jungle of Kled, because Philip Baxter knows this world so much better than we do.
We don't know how. That's the thing. We don't know how to get out. As much as I don't want to sacrifice Myron, because we don't know the ramifications of this.
We also know that Philip's body is.
He has no body in the real world, in the waking lands.
Well,
and we don't know how to get out.
You're going to have two souls in one body.
we
Well,
kind
we're
of
gonna
need
do
Philip.
it. If this is really what you want, Myron.
I think it's the logic that we have arrived here using. It's the solution to the puzzle of the mystery that will get us home. I want to wake up in my parlor. I have a very nice scotch in a cabinet, and I haven't had a cigar for a day or more. And this is how we get out. You can't, you see, the logic is impeccable.
The thing is calling you a sacrifice. Maybe there is a merging, but that doesn't mean that you survive the merging.
That's the problem.
I'm worried for you, Myron. A noble suggestion, but
Philip had his chance and he's dead now, and you're alive.
Well, that remains to be seen. We have to get out of here.
And the only person we know for sure who may know a way out is Philip.
That's true.
And he has to be restored somehow.
Well, we know from his writings, we go back to the stairs and we go back up.
How do we get out of the jungle? I don't know how to make those elephants behave, and if they did, I don't know where to direct them. There aren't paths here. I don't trust anything that Barnabas said, but I'm prepared to believe, based on the condition of this place, that all of Kled is a dangerous and chaotic miasma.
And if we got lost on the back of these elephants, we could all be dead. So,
those bats would keep raiding us every night.
But I don't want. I'm not saying that I don't want to get rid of you, Myron. I don't want to, but maybe I can see where you're coming from. This could be our only way.
I also would suggest that it's just Philip and Frederick and I that go back through the arch. And if we don't return by the next dusk, that you all try to drive the elephants and hope for the best.
Yeah,
but I really think the only way we're going to make it up those stairs is if Philip is restored, and I don't think there's any other way to restore Philip.
And here's the whistle, if you do need to make the attempt.
Give it to Zeno. You can have a whistle.
Take the whistle.
Oh,
This is not turning out the way I had hoped at all.
No, it isn't. But
We have learned one thing, which is that the dreams here are not, well, it's a nightmare world.
Remember, don't look at the god.
I learned my lessons, you know.
I think if me and Byron were to go back through, which obviously I'm not this time, I don't think it would really matter much anymore.
All right, well, let's go.
Philip is pretty docile. He'll just go where led.
He will.
All right.
He will. Like an automaton.
At least we know the way. And I'm gonna use my dagger to cut off a bit of robe and prepare something to wrap over my eyes.
Okay.
When we reach the arch, assuming that, you know.
There was a kerchief in the howdah. You can use that. All right. So Long and Dexter and Baxter are all heading back to the arch.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So great. You guys do this. You guys head out. The rain has picked up, and you guys are soaking wet, soaked to the bone by the time you work your way around the tower, up the path, through the arched trees, and then up that stony mound to the archway. As before, when you approached, the archway has a light gray fog in it instead of like this thick black fog like when you were ejected. So at some point while you were gone, it has returned to this light gray fog.
I will.
How do you want to enter?
I will lead Myron and Baxter through.
Okay. Walking upright.
Hands and knees, of course.
Okay.
And and we can adjust Philip. He probably, what's left of Philip might even remember that part of it.
Yeah. So again, you get him to kneel down. A portion of his brain starts to slide, almost falling out of the bowl of his head, but he keeps it in there. And you guys crawl through the gray fog.
Oh, as much as I don't want to.
All right. Okay, you have crawled through the fog. You find yourselves on the edge of an alien shore. This thick black lake before you, and that large thing sitting on the lake, just like it's floating on that water. And Dr. Long, you hear it speak into your mind.
You have sacrificed.
Yes.
Speak now. Is this your wish to merge the men?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Long, I need you to roll a d10.
2.
Lose that much sand. Myron, you feel as if you have been turned inside out and you black out. You are now unconscious. Long, you weren't watching what was happening, and in the silence, it started to be almost a deafening silence, and you begin to squeeze your hands over your ears and over your temples, and you start to scream, and then suddenly there's like a cool air blowing across your face, and you stop screaming, and as you take your hands off your ears and you look up, you're back on the stony mound. The archway has a thick black smoke rolling in it instead of the light gray. And Myron Dexter is laying on the ground next to you, unconscious.
Myron. I try to shake him awake.
He is not waking up.
Oh, he's much bigger than I am. I will start dragging him back towards the elephant.
Okay. All right.
Can we hear him saying, Byron?
No.
Maybe we go help. Okay.
No, you're too far away.
This is my burden to bear.
All right.
Myron back.
The rain, like I said, is picked up. The path is a muddy, sloshy gully. So by the time you return to the elephants, both you and Myron are just literally covered in mud from head to toe, and you feel the worst of it as you've had to bear Myron's body the entire way there.
Well, as soon as we see them, we go rushing out to help.
Okay. So you guys can rush out and grab Myron's unconscious form.
Let's get him back up let's get you both up into the howdahs and cover you with some blankets.
Does Myron seem to have a pulse?
Myron has a pulse.
Oh, thank God.
I will make some tea. I will make Frederick a cup of tea.
I lean over to Myron and I go, Philip.
He is still unconscious. What do you guys want to do?
I think we're going to wait until daylight, but
Yeah. Daylight's good.
We need to just observe Myron now.
then we need to try to get these elephants out of here. Maybe if we
All
just try to follow the path. Surely they made a path as they went through the jungle.
Must have trampled a good fair amount of bushes.
But it's going to take us back underneath those devil birds.
Yeah, and the crazy tree creature.
Well, that we kind of chased off, so maybe unless it comes back. But.
Okay, so you spend the night. You wake up. Myron. You wake up. We're going to step out and do a little bit of metagaming here for a moment, if you will indulge me.
You want us to take off our ears?
No. David.
Yes.
If you would, please re-roll your intelligence, re-roll your POW, and re-roll your education. But with your education, if you roll a result less than 80, bump it up to 80. Okay? But if you roll above 80, you can keep that value.
That was
re-roll intelligence, POW, and education.
And I should do 3d6 times 5? Roll them in that fashion?
I think intelligence. I think intelligence is. I think
2d6
intelligence
plus 6.
Yeah, and I think education is also 2d6 plus 6. I think POW might be 3d6.
All right. Intelligence. 8 plus 6 is 14 times 5 is 70. So that goes up to 80.
No, was that intelligence or education?
That was intelligence.
Leave that as is. Education.
Oh, sorry.
If education is under 80, make it an 80.
Okay. So intelligence is up to 70. How? 17 times 5 is 85. And edu was only 13, but it should go up to 80. All right. So I lost a little intelligence in the average, but my POW is shot up.
Okay. Myron Dexter. Myron Dexter is dead. Gone. You are Philip Baxter. You have retained the physical attributes of Myron Dexter, but the mental attributes are that of Philip Baxter. You mentally identify as Philip Baxter. But if you look in the mirror, you are greeted with Myron Dexter's face. Everything that was Myron Dexter is dead.
Including the passwords. And the combination to the safe.
Including the passwords, combination. There is nothing. No memory. No spirit, no soul, anything that was the spark of Myron Dexter is gone and has been replaced and overwritten by that of Philip Baxter.
Oh, fuck.
Philip Baxter has now joined the party.
Does Philip Baxter feel crushing guilt about this?
Also,
I not know what happened.
When you make a brand new Call of Cthulhu character, your starting sanity is equal to that of your POW. that is your current sanity. You have no phobias at this time. You have what is your current Cthulhu mythos?
18.
Your current Cthulhu mythos is 25. So your max sanity is 75.
All right.
So is your sanity above sanity? Is your sanity possibly above 75?
Because he rolled a power of 85, yes.
All right. So your max sanity can only be up to 75 because of your Cthulhu mythos right now. So you are bringing some stuff back from the grave, but you've lost a lot of other stuff. We're not going to do it right now, but in between sessions, I need you to redo all of your skills to match that of a professor, of a academic professor of anthropology. Okay.
Yep.
But we'll get to that at a later date. If you need to use any of your skills, we'll still use them as Myron skills for the rest of this session. But between sessions, I'll need you to update your character, as you are now Philip Baxter.
Is there a way to add crushing guilt?
Sanity loss.
Oh, I'm going to take care of that when it comes time to the do the sand rewards at the end of this chapter.
Oh gosh.
So while there was something successful done, there was also something unsuccessful
I
done.
knew it.
You know, it would have been better if I had done it, because I don't have passwords and
And your sanity's what, 17?
I'm at 17. Fuck. Maybe I should have volunteered.
Well,
Myron had super low too, right?
Myron was, yeah. I mean, it was only 28, which is better than 17. But there were still shocks to come, and a couple of phobias, and probably, in terms of passwords, a careful search of the mansion's going to turn up, and his Philip's trusty assistant Margaret will know a lot of things, although asking her in the right way will be tricky.
We'll have to pretend like you had a brain injury.
Had a blow to the head.
Exactly. We'll tutor you, Philip,
but
as best we can.
Myron's dead.
Dexter. Myron Dexter is dead.
But we will also need to make sure that...
Well, should we do a sanity loss for realizing that? I mean, you just said you're going to do it at the end.
Well, this was meta,
right, that was as we all woke up in the morning.
Yeah. So now let's return to the game. Let's return to our game, and you guys are waking up now. And I guess Dr. Saladin, when you said Philip, let's have Philip's eyes snap open.
Well, that was that was
the previous night. That was before going to bed. Okay.
I wanted to see if he would react or wake up.
He was still in shock. But now it's the morning, and Philip Baxter has awoken.
So now we have to figure out how to get out of here. Myron, are you feeling okay?
Myron. Philip?
Oh, fellows. You followed my instructions. You came back for me. I'm so grateful.
Are you Philip?
Yes.
Is Myron in there?
Oh. You didn't bring someone. Oh God.
Myron was the someone.
So you're just Philip.
Just Philip, Zebedee? That's hardly.
No, I mean, there's no Myron. That's
No, I don't know. Is there a mirror here? Is that creepy little homunculus Barnabas here?
We killed Barnabas.
Barnabas was a very bad egg.
Yes. Yes, I could see him
I
stalking me even in Ulthar. So,
I am so glad you're back, my old friend, but dear God, at what cost?
Cornelius, your leg hurts.
Yeah, can somebody help me out here? This leg needs to get bandaged or treated.
Cornelius, I'll look at it. I'll do first aid on his leg.
Zebedee, as you go down to do first aid on his leg, you pull the pant leg up to examine the wound, and there are black streaks that look like veins. Like his veins are turning black and etching their way up his leg. And the flesh is gray. And there's a foul smell once you're that close to it.
From being in the war, would I assume that this leg needs to
His leg needs to go.
I might first, if that's the case, I just look at Cornelius.
It's gonna be more than the fingers, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
I apologize, my friend, but if any of you are a bit squeamish, please.
If you want to amputate his leg, you need to do a medicine roll.
Fuck! I have no medicine.
We don't have don't even have anything to staunch the blood, or we have to get him back to Uther.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how rapidly does it look like it's move? Because you said it's kind of moving.
Maybe
it's not moving before your eyes, but I mean, you guys have had a sleep and everything, so it's been a few hours, and it looks like the infection is spreading, but not actively spreading right before your eyes.
Okay.
You know, it's not animated.
Yeah, it's not a really bad. It's like a normal infection. So.
Well, if you just cut off his leg, he's going to die of blood loss.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we don't have any.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, if he dies of blood loss, he might just wake up in the parlor.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my friend. I may have some basic knowledge, but not enough to.
No need to.
We'll definitely have to. We need to hurry.
Yeah, we do.
Philip.
We don't know how to get back.
We need to get Cornelius back to Ulthar or somewhere. And
yes, that looks very bad. You came here on these elephants?
yes.
Yes. Here's the whistle.
Well, all right. I'll see what I can do.
Do you guys all travel together in one elephant?
That's going to be faster, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stay with Cornelius and give him tea.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks.
Keep making
Cornelius, lose a hit point.
Thank you. Good tea.
All right. So you guys
say for him to lose a hit point?
yes, lose 1 hit point, Cornelius.
Yeah, just
minus 1.
Ouch. Not good.
Okay, so you guys get the elephants up. You get moving, and the day of travel through the jungle is quite hazardous. In fact, there was an attack of the flying, dog bat type of creatures, but you were able to rush the elephants through. the elephants, they're not connected now by the bridge. So they're not a train anymore. So they're kind of moving independently. You got into another zone of the forest, and after the bats kind of abated, and you got through that zone, and as you guys were, getting the elephants through, you looked out one of the windows, and as you hear a scream, an elephant screaming, and you can see that the other elephant must have stepped into an area where dozens of roping green tentacles, viney tentacles are like springing up from the loam and ensnaring the elephant, and is dragging it down into the earth. And as your elephant keeps on moving, you start seeing fountains of blood, spraying up from that area. As your elephant keeps rushing through, it takes most of the day until finally you do break out of the jungle and return to where you had camped that one night before at the base of that mountain edge, and before going into the jungle. You burst out of that, and you guys continue with your journey. You have to sleep an evening because it took all day to get through the jungle. You continue on. You get to the ferry again. The people come out. They discover just the single elephant. They discover just your group without Barnabas, and there's much rejoicing. The ferrymen bring you across the river, and they are quite exuberant, and there's a celebration that Barnabas is not with you. They bestow fruits and grains upon you, and all of the personal equipment and gear that you had given them to be ferried across is returned to you in their joy that Barnabas is no longer here. They're quite pleased by that. And again, you continue your journey south to Ulthar. It takes until the sun is falling, and you guys make it back to the great city of Ulthar, where you're able to make it through and into the central palace, and again regain an audience with Cranon.
And see if they have any medicine or.
Yes.
Hospital, please.
Yes, Cornelius, don't worry, my friend. How bad is it? How bad is the infection? Because obviously we've been traveling.
Yeah, it's taken a couple of days to get back. The infection is quite bad. From the knee down, his leg is pure black. His toenails have already fallen off, and so. Crannon's physicians take Cornelius away and remove his leg from the knee down.
We'll get you a peg.
Yeah, I would have stayed with Cornelius, so if they took him, I would have followed. I'm staying with my buddy. We've been through everything together, well, the war together, so I'm sticking by him.
And you guys feel this need to go home.
Yeah, Philip, how do we get out?
Back through the enchanted forest, up the stairwell, same way you came in. Where are the bodies?
We're at Myron's. Yours now.
That's the thing That's the thing, we're going to need to remember that you are in Myron's body, so you are in his life as well as your own.
Also,
that's right.
Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened to you?
Yes. Your last memory, Philip, is being on a surgical table, and your good close friend Silas having removed your skull cap and was eating your brain. And then you tried to fight him off, and then he killed you with your brain fully exposed. And that's how you died. That was your dying memory.
And somehow I fought my way to poor Myron.
Now you are Myron.
Yes, I shall
Myron answered your call all the way to the bitter end.
I shall have to honor him by living the best life possible, I suppose. And the brain-eating lunatic, have you dispatched him?
He's in an asylum.
Yeah.
I wonder if that will be torture enough for him. Let's see. Oh, and how's my Angela?
Oh, that. Well, your home was burned
Invaded by
down.
spiders.
Yeah, and burnt down. Sadly, Angela did not make it.
Tremendous spiders, huge, vast quantities.
Somebody
Nah.
sent them to you in a box from an island.
Well, that's speculation.
You mean Cynthia sent me tremendous spiders that burnt down?
Well,
No, she
Well, how-
she sent you a box of coconuts. We don't know where the spiders came from.
But
They
we
think
saw
it's from the
desiccated
coconuts.
animals, so
There was a dead rat in the box. It wasn't necessarily killed by a spider.
but these were just thinking about it.
So,
It sent shivers, but they
Um,
were.
well, there'll be a number of adjustments to make, won't there?
Well, the sooner we get back, the sooner I can start drinking, and the better
And,
off I'll be. So if we could hurry it up.
We definitely have questions for you, Philip.
Well, I suppose until Cornelius has recovered, we're stymied. But you certainly can find luxury accommodation.
He seems to be, I mean, even though the surgery has just happened, it seems to be already, well tended, it's padded, and he has a crutch.
And I will assist him as well. So.
hopefully it's only for this world. And when we get back, you're just laying on it wrong.
that
Honestly.
would be nice. Just Philip, Myron was really looking forward to a nice scotch drink when he got back. Hopefully.
Well, I suppose that's the least we can do.
Let's get
In
the
his
fuck
honor.
out of here.
I don't think it matters too much what Myron wanted now.
Yeah.
Now we just have to keep moving on and get to the bottom of everything.
Yes, you seem to have uncovered quite a few unusual threads. We should certainly commit an act of arson regarding that grave robber who poses as a funeral director. Quite a few loose ends you seem to have left in the Waking Lands.
He's a ghoul.
Well, all the better for roasting.
Yeah, and once we get back, we definitely need to talk to you about your children, or at least.
Oh, so the children are okay, even though Angela was lost? I mean, Cynthia, of course, is far off, but the boys are all right?
We didn't check.
I think they're up to something, but I
Yeah.
don't know what.
I'm afraid that would not be completely a surprise.
And our goal in one of the places we need to visit in the waking world is the observatory. Yeah,
Montana, that's right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you must understand, Philip. When we fell asleep, to come find you was the same day Angela died, if I'm not mistaken.
And you've been here how long in your experience? How long ago was I murdered?
Your funeral was on Tuesday. You died a week ago. Murdered a week ago. It's Saturday, May 7th. I think.
Oh, wow.
Your funeral was on Tuesday, which was a few days after you had died.
I believe we did.
You died on sudden illness. May 2nd or May 1st. And we went to sleep on the night of May 7th.
And it seems like we've been here at least a week, but we're going to just wake up a few hours after we went to sleep, I assume.
Yeah,
Yes, it shouldn't be very long.
We hope.
Yeah, Baxter, you died at midnight, bridging between May 1st and May 2nd. So you died that Sunday night, Monday morning, midnight.
Well, if we can, perhaps the major domo here can lend us a mule or something so we can make haste with Cuthbert.
Oh, this is your brother's assistant in the waking world, Matthew.
Yes. Julian would be very amused, I think, but I'm not sure we should tell him. Yes, so let's get back to the Enchanted Forest and.
So at your suggestion, Cranon does send a wagon, so you guys are given a ride all the way to the Enchanted Forest, where it was, if you remember, just a single footpath, just wide enough for one person at a time. So you got to go in single file. So they drop you off there on the side of the road as you guys traipse into the Enchanted Forest. And the wagon returns to Ulthar. And sure enough, you guys find your way all the way into that clearing in the middle. There was a tree with some sort of icon etched on it. And all you had to do was stand there and say the special password. Sheba. And the tree seems to almost open like a door, and it's larger on the inside, and you're able to enter into it. And as you guys enter into it, you lose sight of each other, and you end up having individual experiences of traveling up a set of stairs, a very long set of stairs, coming into a cave with a column of fire and two men vaguely dressed in like Egyptian style clothing. And it's hard to hear and remember what was said there, but they guide you to the other stairwell, and you go up that stairwell. And as you go up it, you soon eventually transition, and you all wake up nearly simultaneously in Myron Dexter's home.
Is there a clock on the wall? We can see how much time's passed.
Well, it's early in the morning, so you hear birds chirping.
Just a few hours,
and it's early in the morning.
Paper. Is there a newspaper?
You'd have to go and get one, or maybe one has been delivered to the front porch.
I look at Cornelius instantly.
I lift my leg instantly.
Your leg is present, but it does feel weird. You don't feel like you have any sensation in it. You try and move your ankle, and it doesn't move. It's almost like a wooden leg. It's very. It just. It almost has that that numbness to it, like almost like pins and needles.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, it causes you to still hobble as that leg from the knee down. Your left leg doesn't want to move. Frederick, you go to the front door, and there is a newspaper that's been delivered, and it's only the very next day.
Where's the scotch?
Where is that scotch? Is right.
Yeah, the scotch.
Traditionally, this is when you say, I can't believe the spirits did it all in one night.
I think at this moment, why don't we have a short session of sanity rewards for the conclusion of this chapter as we prepare for transitioning to a new chapter. Dr. Saladin and Dr. Long, you guys were the only ones that actually spoke with Yibsil. Is that correct?
Correct.
Right.
Okay. You guys may each gain 1d10.
4.
6.
Cornelius, you did solo combat with Barnabas and was victorious. Gain 1d6 plus 1.
Sanity?
Of sanity.
Cool. All right. 5, 1, 6. Whew.
Dr. Saladin, Cornelius Cuthbert, Dr. Long. The three of you did battle with the torturers and were victorious. Each of you, please gain 1d4.
2.
All 5 of you, well, I'm going to omit Philip Baxter from this. So, Dr. Saladin, Zebedee, Cornelius, and Dr. Long, you were all instrumental in some way in saving Philip Baxter. The 4 of you, please gain 1d10.
Oh, fuck. 9.
Fuck's sake. I gained
9.
2. I gained only 2.
Yeah, I think we're gonna about to lose some though too.
I will again omit Dr. Philip Baxter. I will omit Philip Baxter from this as he was the victim. For the death of the soul of Myron Dexter, Dr. Saladin, Cornelius Cuthbert, Zebedee Cordova, Dr. Frederick Long, I would like each of you to please lose 1d20.
Oh,
Yeah, I almost lost that in real life.
oh, shit.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
15.
fuck. So my life is in the balance of this D20 right now.
Oh, I lost 11. Good luck to you, Zeb.
I lost 10.
Let's get some live. Let's get
dear.
some.
Oh, no.
Oh, only 3. 3.
Whew.
How
Only
anticlimactic.
That feels anticlimactic.
I wanted to see your head explode.
I know. I kind of wanted.
Wait, there might be more.
That's it. And then all characters with tick marks on your skills, you may now roll your ticks. I believe at least one of you had a 0-1 on a skill.
Yeah.
If you had a 0-1 on that skill, I'm going to give you an option. Normally, you would roll the skill, and if you fail the current value of that skill, you get to add a random number of 1d10, correct? If you have the 0-1, I give you the option of you can either do it the normal way, where you roll the skill, try and fail it, and add a d10, or you can just simply add 5. I will give you 5 points for free with no roll, but that's only if that skill had a 0-1 that for success.
I will take that option for both my fighting brawl and for my spot hidden.
Okay, because hey, it's possible you could get more if you do the die roll. That I only do that for the 0-1s. Other than that, do your normal tick rolling.
And as Philip Baxter, I'll just be rolling from scratch. So this is irrelevant.
As Philip Baxter, you're going to be rolling because you still need to create your character's occupation skills and personal preference skills. So,
right. and again, if you fail, you get the
you want to roll above what your current skill value is, and if you do that, roll a d10 and add that many points to it.
And but if you succeed, you get nothing.
If you succeed, you get nothing.
I might be jumping the gun, but do we get to roll for dream lore and dreaming, since we've learned a lot about it?
Yes, go ahead. And if you have to use, just like any skill, you have to use the skill. You have to do something dreamy. You have to do something dream lore. But I will say this: you guys explored a lot of the dream realm. So for dream lore, everyone make a skill roll in dream lore.
What's the base in dream lore? What should it be?
Dream lore is a base of 1. Dreaming is a base of I think it's going to be a base of, there's a calculation for it that I need to look up, but let's just say that dreaming is going to be a base of 5.
Nice.
Ooh, I have 11 dream lore now. Here we go.
Nice.
Of course, I passed my pitiful bow skill, so I should never touch one of those again in my life. It's a 25 base. I made it. I hit one thing with an arrow the entire time, and it did not improve.
I got better at fighting.
I got better at fighting. I got better at spot hiddening as well.
I got better at brawl.
I'm better
I
at
just
bow
took the
as well.
5. I
Yeah,
got
that's what I
better at listen, and I got better at spot hidden. I'm taking the 5.
My bow and first aid have gone up. Let's see what that first aid goes up to. Not too bad. 671.
And despite getting Myron killed, essentially, my sanity is higher than when I started.
Yeah.
Wow. I really thought the loss of a D20 was going to negatively impact.
That 11 was.
It could have.
It could have made me, and if I had got 20, I would have been
Indefinitely insane.
Like, I am barely above my starting SAM with all those rewards, and then the massive hit. I'm like, eh.
The D20 crushed me. I rolled 15.
Oh yeah, I'm not near my.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really missing Myron. I really am missing.
I'm not near my original SAM, but I'm
at a low
higher than I was when I started tonight. Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
That's good.
Are we going to call it there for this
I think
evening?
we should. I think that's a perfect place to call it for the evening.
Excellent. Our players included Morgan Llewellyn, Stuart Lively, Josh Harwood, David Gassaway, and myself, with John Hook as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up a private game, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. There's a link below. We're currently producing up to 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a rich listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 to a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.